Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Prince William stepped out in London for the Tusk Conservation Awards on Wednesday evening, but he couldn't stop himself from sharing a rare update on his 3 children. As he spoke to stars such as John Cleese and Rolling Stone guitarist Ronnie Wood, the Prince of Wales revealed what Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis love to watch on TV. It turns out that the 3 Wales children are big fans of Mr. Cleese 86 and his hit 1970s sitcom Fawlty Towers. William said, "My children have just discovered Fawlty Towers. They literally love it. We've been having a lot of family laughs." He added he had been reliving the popular 1970s sitcom all over again with the children watching. "It's brilliant." The series originally aired from 1975 to 1979 and is set in a chaotic seaside hotel in Torquay, Devon. The story revolves around the perpetually irritated owner, Basil Fawlty John Cleese, his bossy wife Sybil Prunella Scales, the sensible maid Polly Connie Booth, and the accident-prone Spanish waiter Manuel Andrew Sachs. After their conversation, Mr. Cleese said of Fawlty Towers, "I always explain it's about who's scared of who, and kids pick that up immediately. And mine, all those years ago, grew up watching it." Prince William's admission about his and his family's love for the show came as he attended the Tusk Conservation Awards in his role as patron. The Tusk Trust celebrates workers who tirelessly aim to safeguard Africa's habitat and animals. Last night's revelation was not the first time William has spoken about what his children love to watch during their screen time. Prince William previously revealed that his eldest son enjoys watching Disney films, saying, "He quite likes The Lion King. We've watched that a few times." The royal went on to add, "We've watched Octonauts several times. He has watched some Lego movies as well, so he's watched a lot of things like that." During a later trip to Northern Ireland, William went on to say that George had a new favorite film and was very fond of How to Train Your Dragon, a fantasy action movie about a Viking teenager named Hiccup who aspires to be a dragon slayer, but befriends one in the process. When Prince William casually revealed that his 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, absolutely love an iconic British sitcom from the 1970s, royal watchers did a double take. In a household defined by tradition, duty, and the digital age, few expected earthy humor, garden gnomes, and self-sufficiency chaos to be the unlikely star of family TV night. Yet the show in question, the beloved classic The Good Life, has somehow found a devoted audience in the next generation of future monarchs. The admission, shared with an easy laugh during one of William's recent public engagements, offered a rare, tender glimpse behind the palace curtains. Suddenly, the Wales children weren't just symbols of continuity and crown, they were regular kids sprawled on the sofa, giggling at decades-old jokes, and absorbing the charm of a quieter, simpler Britain. A sitcom from another world and another time. First broadcast in the mid-1970s, The Good Life followed the misadventures of Tom and Barbara Good, a suburban couple who abandoned corporate life to pursue radical self-sufficiency in their London garden. Their well-meaning but bewildered neighbors, Margot and Jerry Ledbetter, serve as both foils and reluctant partners in chaos. Chickens replace rosebushes, goats wander across manicured lawns, and compost bins become symbols of rebellion. By modern standards, the show is gentle, slow-paced, almost defiantly unglamorous. And yet, that is precisely what has allowed it to endure. For more than 4 decades, it has been repeated on British television, finding new fans among generations who weren't alive when it first aired. That the future King of England's children count themselves among those fans somehow feels both surprising and completely perfect. Why the Wales children are drawn to a 1970s classic. According to William's lighthearted recollection, all 3 children were instantly taken by the characters and their efforts to do everything themselves. George enjoys the cleverness in problem-solving, Charlotte laughs at the social awkwardness between neighbors, and Louis, true to form, adores the physical comedy, the mishaps, and the animals. In a world of high-definition animation, instant streaming, and hyper-fast storytelling, The Good Life offers something radically different: patience. Episodes unfold slowly. Jokes are built on character rather than spectacle. Problems aren't solved with flashy technology, but with stubborn optimism and teamwork. For children growing up surrounded by modern privilege, the idea of making your own food, fixing your own problems, and learning from failure carries a quiet power. William reportedly finds something deeply comforting in watching his children connect with the same kinds of programs he grew up with. It bridges two very different childhoods, his as a young prince in the 1980s and theirs in a globalized, digitized era, through shared laughter. A window into family life at Adelaide Cottage. Public fascination with the private lives of the royal family is as old as the monarchy itself. Yet moments like this feel especially precious because they reveal something universal: parents passing down what they love to their children. At Adelaide Cottage, where William and his family now live a notably scaled-back royal life, evenings reportedly resembled those of millions of families across the UK. Homework at the kitchen table, quick dinners, and the comfort of familiar TV. Instead of screens glowing with endless scrolling and algorithms, family television nights appear to be intentional, even nostalgic. Choosing a 1970s sitcom over the latest blockbuster series feels like a deliberate act, one that prioritizes shared experience over passive consumption. For William, this may also carry emotional significance. Television was a steady companion during his own childhood, particularly following the death of his mother, Princess Diana. The familiarity of comforting shows, the predictability of weekly episodes, and the safety of shared laughter would have played a quiet role in anchoring him during turbulent years. Now, as a father, he is recreating that same sense of warmth and stability for his own children. The irony of royal kids loving a show about escaping society. Perhaps the most poetic aspect of this revelation is its gentle irony. The Good Life is, at heart, a story about opting out of societal expectations, rejecting rigid roles, and forging a new path defined by personal values rather than public pressure. That these themes resonate with children who themselves are born into perhaps the most rigidly structured life imaginable is striking. Prince George, one day destined to follow his father to the throne, grows up with a future mapped out in centuries-old protocol. Charlotte and Louis, while freer than heirs of the past, still live under the ever-present gaze of the public. Yet the stories they enjoy center on people who choose simplicity over status, soil over suits, chickens over cars. Whether consciously or not, they are being exposed to the idea that worth is not defined by title, wealth, or power, but by effort, ethics, and community. It's an unexpectedly profound lesson wrapped in sitcom humor. The enduring magic of British sitcoms. The fact that The Good Life can still capture young hearts speaks to the enduring strength of British comedy. Long before punchlines were sharpened for viral clips, these shows relied on character-driven humor, social observation, and warmth. They trusted the audience to be patient. This legacy of storytelling has shaped everything from modern family comedies to the global reputation of British TV as thoughtful, character-rich, and emotionally resonant. That the next generation of royals is growing up immersed in this tradition feels like a quiet continuation of cultural heritage. In a sense, the Wales children are not just watching a sitcom, they are participating in a shared national memory that millions of Britons hold close. William's parenting philosophy in a single revelation. Over the past few years, William has steadily reshaped the public image of modern royal fatherhood. Gone is the distant, formal parenting style associated with earlier generations. In its place stands a hands-on dad who speaks openly about school runs, anxiety, mental health, and the challenges of raising children under extraordinary scrutiny. This small revelation about a family TV favorite fits perfectly into that narrative. It shows a father who values grounding influences, who isn't afraid of nostalgia, and who actively curates what shapes his children's inner worlds. It also subtly counters the idea that royal children are raised in a bubble of privilege disconnected from everyday life. While their circumstances are undeniably unique, their joys, laughing at silly jokes, bonding over characters, rewatching favorite episodes, are deeply ordinary. A shared laughter that transcends generations. There is something quietly beautiful in imagining Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis laughing at the same scenes that once made their grandparents smile. Comedy, at its best, dissolves time. It reminds us that despite changing technologies, fashions, and social roles, human nature remains remarkably constant. Clumsiness is still funny. Optimism in the face of failure still gives us hope. Love for family, neighbors, and simple joys continues to resonate, whether in a 1970s suburban garden or a 21st century royal cottage. For viewers who grew up with The Good Life, the idea that the future King of England's children adore the same show feels oddly reassuring. It suggests continuity not just of crown and constitution, but of humor, heart, and shared cultural touchstones. More than a cute anecdote, what began as a light, charming comment from Prince William has grown into something richer, a snapshot of generational connection, of parenting rooted in memory, and of children finding joy in stories far older than themselves. It's a reminder that even within the most extraordinary lives, it is the simplest pleasures that endure: family, laughter, and the comfort of a favorite show at the end of the day. And somewhere in a quiet royal living room, as a familiar theme tune plays, three young royals laugh along with a sitcom that first aired nearly half a century ago, proving that truly great storytelling, like true family bonds, never goes out of style.